Hello. In our geometry constructions part of our notebook or in our notes, we are going to construct a perpendicular line from a point not on a line. From a point not on the line, which is a little tricky. So for example, if I had a line here, and then say I wanted to draw a perpendicular line from this point. Well, it's probably going to look like this here, but how do I draw it exactly perpendicular? Here are the steps on the right. Draw an arc that is large enough to hit the working line, that's this is the working line, because I'm going to work off of it, and identify the points of intersection. Okay, so my arc has to be larger than the distance from the line. So I'm going to draw in an arc, and it's going to hit the line at 2 points. Well, this is why I recommend you turn your paper. Oh, goodness. Okay. Now, what does that do? Well, identify the points of intersection. Okay, here's a point of intersection. Here's a point of intersection. Let's call this B and A. And then we'll call this point P. Number 3 is create a perpendicular bisector from the intersection points. Well, if you don't know how to find this perpendicular bisector, then somewhere on the screen or in the link below, there should be or in the playlist that this is a part of, somewhere there should be a perpendicular bisector video. But the short of it is you need to be able to create an arc that is more than half the length of the segment. So I'm going to draw in a little arc here. I'm going to take the same length, it's more than half, draw in another little arc here, and then identify the points of intersection. If you do this right, then all 3 of these points will lie on a line. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Let's check if this blue line and this orange line are perpendicular. Indeed, they are perpendicular, which is awesome. So I could draw in a little box here to indicate that it is 90 degrees. Not only is this orange line perpendicular to this blue line, but it is the perpendicular bisector between these 2 points. Not a point over here. It's not the perpendicular bisector for A and B or A and C, but it is the perpendicular bisector of A and B. So let's call this M. So let's see, line PM is perpendicular. Check out this little symbol for perpendicular. That means perpendicular to AC. PM is the perpendicular bisector of AB, line segment AB. All right, so those are a couple things you should put in your notes. Remember, this is a perpendicular line from a point, not on the line. Bye.